As America approaches its 250th year of independence, we see many organizations going up to celebrate the landmark anniversary. But how are we really defending what freedom is? My name is Geers, and this is my take on Freedom 250. President Trump created Freedom 250 via executive order in January 2025. Freedom 250 was initiated by President Trump to celebrate 250 years of freedom in the United States. According to their website, they are a nonpartisan organization that defends freedom as patriotic and a forward-looking American ideal. The Freedom 250 website also claims its ultimate goal is creating a movement of citizens, organizations, companies, and leaders from across the country to honor the nation's proud history, cherish our God-given freedoms, and build the golden age of opportunity for the next 250 years. Although this may look well-intentioned, Freedom 250 has some flaws, including its overlap with America 250, its connection to Task Force 250, and its interpretation of American history. First, America 250 is the official congressionally chartered bipartisan commission set up in 2016. According to their website, America 250's overall goal is to plan and engage all Americans in this nationwide commemoration, and to help encourage people to join the celebration. They have competitions for youth to get a chance to win trips to American historical sites and also offer volunteer opportunities. These opportunities highlight how the organization is also focusing on history, education, and national reflection. Freedom 250 has reportedly been using taxpayer dollars that was originally meant for America 250. The San Francisco Chronicle stated that Democratic Representative Maxine Dexter of Oregon voiced concern that the White House-led initiative is using public money earmarked for the congressionally chartered Commission America 250 and is commingling those funds with private donations. Secondly, Freedom 250 is currently the funding arm for Task Force 250, using private donations, corporate sponsors, and taxpayers' money. They execute President Trump's projects and event proposals. A June 21st letter by the Democrats on the bipartisan America 250 Commission questions its relationship to the Trump-led Task Force 250 and its events, including the Patriot Games, which is a 4-day athletic competition featuring high school athletes, featured one male and one female representatives from each U.S. state and territory, and even a UFC fight on the White House lawn. According to USA Today, John Dilch, who is the president of the American Association for State and Local History, criticized Task Force 250's decision to host a UFC fight on the White House lawn. NPR News has also stated that the task force has received criticism from historians for its partnership with PragerU and its Founders Museum exhibit for blurring history with AI-generated fiction and having historical characters repeat modern phrases like conservative commentator Ben Shapiro's "Facts don't care about your feelings." This ties us to our next point. Lastly, the president's organization has looked at a traditional interpretation of American history. And an article by the Washington Post gives us a good example. It states that the U.S. Representative Jared Huffman stated that President Donald Trump and his allies are attempting to use the collaboration to promote an alternate reality, and I can agree. Freedom 250, which heavily promotes this original interpretation of American history, which is often centered around patriotism and founding era ideals. We really see this in an article by The Guardian where they highlight how historians have pointed out that Freedom 250, specifically Trump, is trying to control history by emphasizing America's achievements but gives little space to discuss the flaws that have taken place in the United States. In contrast, we look at America 250, which is open to many perspectives and stories by offering a Nominate a Story section on their website. It has been questioned why President Trump created Freedom 250, but there has been no specific answer. Still, America 250 has posted on their website how they welcome Freedom 250 and its initiatives will give Americans more ways to celebrate America's birthday. But what should freedom look like at 250 years of independence? I think freedom should be defined as ongoing work, inclusivity, and being self-critical, to stay accountable for the flaws in our country, which we do not see with Freedom 250. Although Trump and Freedom 250 state that freedom is for everyone, they have not shown this with their actions. Real freedom allows for disagreement, even about what freedom means. Freedom 250 has flaws, with their conflict with America 250, its connections with Task Force 250, and its interpretation of American history. Although Freedom 250 is trying to celebrate this milestone, their creation does not feel like it's for the people, but rather one perspective of freedom. It is not telling the true story of U.S. history. We have one perspective that aligns with the president's ideologies. This is why I'm against Freedom 250's organizations. America 250th anniversary should belong to all of us. That is my take on the celebration of 250 years of independence. Feel free to comment your opinions, and I hope you think about this and think about your stance on Freedom 250.